You woke up this morning and reached for your phone with the same hand you always use. You didn't choose it. Your body chose it long before you were born. 85% of the world moves the same way you do, favoring one hand as if it were written into them. But no one remembers signing that contract. No ceremony, no moment of decision, just a quiet tilting of the body toward one side that never changes. Before we start this journey, like and subscribe our channel, and also hype this video so it will reach to more and more viewers. Now let's begin our journey. This story starts in the dark, inside the womb, long before a heartbeat becomes a sound, before eyes see light. Something else appears first: preference. While still floating in the dark, a fetus already moves one arm more than the other. One side is waking up faster. One side is becoming the leader. And this is not random. Inside your brain, two hemispheres grow like rival cities, close enough to touch, different enough to specialize. One becomes faster at movement. The other sharpens language. And slowly, one side takes charge. The brain picks a hand the way a commander picks a sword. By the time you take your first breath, the wiring is already laid. The circuits are alive. One motor cortex is louder. One signal is stronger. You are already right-handed or left, but that only explains how, not why. To find that answer, we go back further, farther than memory, farther than civilization. Back when hands were not for scrolling, but for surviving. Stone tools, scraped bones, cave walls, they all tell the same story. Early humans favored their right hands hundreds of thousands of years ago, not because they were taught, but because their bodies demanded it. In a brutal world where one clean strike meant food and one bad grip meant death, consistency mattered. A specialized hand became a sharper weapon, faster, more accurate, more trusted. Nature rewards efficiency, and a dominant hand was evolution's way of debugging the human body. Still, this doesn't explain the rebels, the left-handers. The rare ones, the unpredictable ones, the ones born slightly out of sync with the majority. And here's where it gets strange. Left-handedness never vanished. It never faded away. It has remained a stubborn 10% of the species for thousands of years, which means evolution didn't erase it, it preserved it, because being rare is power. In combat, in competition, in any world where opponents train against the usual, the unusual wins. The left-handed strike comes from a direction no one practices against. Mystery becomes advantage. Nature doesn't just favor the strong, it protects the unpredictable. And underneath it all are the genes. Not one gene, not a switch, not a code you can point to. Dozens of genes whisper instead. They guide brain growth. They bend nerve paths. They shape the body from the inside like an invisible sculptor. Some of them even control the tiny building blocks of your brain. Microscopic rails that decide which side grows faster. A difference no wider than a hair becomes destiny. But even genes don't write the whole story. Twins can grow in the same womb and choose different hands, which means something else is at work. Tiny chance events during development can tilt the brain's balance just enough. A timing shift, a cell dividing seconds earlier, a nerve growing a fraction faster, and suddenly, the body leans left instead of right. A human life rerouted by a flicker. Your dominant hand isn't just preference, it is history, it is evolution. It is biology gambling with precision. And every time you lift a cup, write your name, or shake a hand, you are watching a silent decision made before you were conscious. Before you were breathing, before you were anything at all. You never chose your dominant hand. Your species did.